Number two, so Miriam asks, if you could live in the past or the future, what would you choose? If the past, what era would you live in? Now, this can go in a number of different directions because there's so many stipulations, right? Like, if I go back in the past, would I know what I know now? And if I go back in the past, can I choose, can I be an Egyptian pharaoh? Or am I going to have to be most likely a peasant and experience life that way? Because that's how the world always had been. Do I get to be like a Roman emperor? Or, I was thinking about this. I think about this a lot. My standard of living is far greater than Louis XIV. If you watch documentaries about him, read about him, he was the epitome of this luxurious, just living that was a king, man. Louis XIV, but man, my life is so much better than his, and I think that speaks to the progress that humans and society have made. I wouldn't go back in the past. Actually, in a way, I feel like I'm living in the future. This is something I've been thinking about recently. A lot of the news that comes out, it feels outdated to me already. It's years behind. And people are shocked or surprised by things that are happening on the news. But this is old. This is media, news media is so outdated. And I find too, studying physics, I can just see where the world is going, and I just live life accordingly. I feel like how I use the internet and interact with all these devices and digital softwares and products is how society will probably correct itself within the next 15 to 20 years. I think society is using it improperly and not as efficiently. Because it's so new, we haven't had time to correct any bugs in it, in a way. If you look across the board, statistics on anxiety, depression are all up, and people are addicted to their screens and their phones because it's designed that way. It's the attention economy. But if you don't participate with the attention economy in a consumption way and more on a creating way, I think you're ahead and you're placing yourself in the future. And you can probably see that too. I mean, we've discussed it on our episode, how there's such a big gap between the scientific community and what's actually happening compared to the general public's ideas about the world and what they think it is. There's this huge gap, and we talk about the importance of science communication. So I feel like I'm living in the future.